Hey folks, it's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Saturday, July 6th. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a great weekend. And in this video, we're going to do another edition of Rapid Fire News Updates. It's going to be for the period June 29th to July 5th. And again, if you're new to these videos, it's just a high-level overview. It's not to go into deep dive detail. And I try to keep these videos around 10 to 15 minutes. And then, like I said, go over all of the pertinent information that transpired over the last week in case you missed it. Before we get to it, though, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As always, this is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. You should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. This is for entertainment purposes only. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. Before we get started, I want to thank our sponsor of today's video, and that's BitGet. BitGet is a leading crypto exchange with over 25 million users and 10 billion in USDT in daily trading volume. BitGet also offers a variety of trading options and has the largest crypto copy trading platform. BitGet also has great transparency with industry-leading proof of reserve ratios. If you'd like to learn more, please visit the link in the description. You can earn sign-up bonuses by using our link, and it also helps the channel out. This is a paid promotion and collaboration with BitGet. Diving right into the news, the IRS warns MJ operators that 280E taxes still must be paid. And I don't think this really surprised anybody, obviously, until it gets rescheduled, until it becomes official and is, that we have the official ruling. Well, obviously, the 280E taxes are still going to be paid. There's talks of, like Trulieve. What about Trulieve? What about Ascend Wellness? They were able to get refunds, but it may be just due to the nature of their business because, primarily medical. But we'll see, if other companies follow suit. But, we shouldn't expect 280E taxes, to go away until that official ruling. And I think the most likely scenario is we're going to get it official at some point before the election. So I think we're going to see the end of the comment period July 22nd. Right now, there's, I think, like 27,000 comments, and like over 95% of them are positive at this point. So I do think the most likely scenario is we get rescheduling the official ruling at some point in September, October, just ahead of the elections. Also, Trulieve to open Florida medical MJ dispensary in Madison and Panama City. Speaking of Trulieve, they continue to roll out their locations. Also, speaking of additional locations, Sunburn MJ opens first Panama City Beach retail location. It's 14th in Florida. So Sunburn, I actually visited one of their dispensaries for a grand opening when I was in Florida, and it was fantastic. They had a really good turnout, and they had live music. Really enjoy what Brady and the Brady Bunch is doing over there. So kudos to them. Also, DeSantis, Ron DeClown, MJ opposition campaign in Florida raises just $10,000. Eat it, you clown. As pro-legalization committee rakes in tens of millions. All right, your 10,000 versus the tens of millions. Okay, you can continue with your clown act. No one cares. Trulieve to open medical MJ dispensary in Homosassa, Florida. Never actually heard of that location before, but they just continue to expand. Obviously, their mega footprint in Florida. Also, Schwaz delays earnings due to new auditor. We also had Germany. MJ clubs can now officially launch under country's legalization law, though states have varying rules. So essentially what happened is we got the first initial phase. Tons of people are thinking it was going to take years as well for phase 2, and they're looking to get that done sooner than later. So they're looking to expedite and fast track that second phase of legalization, which is great to see. And as we know, the U.S. is never first or never last. We're seeing, Canada, Germany follow suit. We're starting to see, pilot programs in Switzerland. You got Israel, you got Poland looking to potentially embrace reform here soon. So in my opinion, it's just a matter of when, not if. And I think that the U.S. will see some sort of reform this year, more than likely through rescheduling. I think there's still a small chance that we get descheduling, but I don't think that's going to happen for at least a couple of years. Also, North Dakota activists say they've collected enough signatures to put MJ legalization on the ballot this November. So we have, 38 states that are medical, 24 currently that are adult use, and Florida on the ballot as well for adult use in November, and I think that's going to pass, which we have some additional information on that in just a moment. Also, the Supreme Court nuked MJ rescheduling with its Chevron ruling, and I've already done a video on this, so if you haven't seen it, you can check it out, but essentially there was some FUD out about whether or not this was going to nuke it, if it was going to essentially cancel rescheduling, and then the next day, rescheduling expert makes case for why Chevron ruling was actually a good thing for MJ. So in my opinion, this didn't, the process was already official, right? We had multiple agencies confirming it, and it's overdue. And in my opinion, this was just overblown and nothing but FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And essentially what it's trying to do is take the power away from these three-letter agencies, like the DEA or the SEC, the FDA, essentially, all of these different bureaucratic, unelected officials, essentially. And it's just, it's laughable, right? Because they put Congress in place to create laws and pass bills and create legislation. And we can't get any sort of, the U.S. can't get any sort of bipartisan support, and it's so divided, it's so unfunctional, dysfunctional. We need to get the Congress going back to what they do best, and that is what they were put there to do, is to pass laws and legislation. And we have all this, back and forth, and everybody's in disagreement all the time, and you can't get anybody to. Everybody's butting heads, and we can't get anything done in the U.S. So it's kind of shameful. We need to get back, to state law as well, letting states kind of make up their mind, get away from, the federal, let more states, get the states involved, get more laws at the state level, and then also rely more on Congress. We need less of this, these three-letter agencies which are power hungry and just out there for, their incumbents, right? They're protecting the big banks, the Wall Street banks, the incumbents, the big alcohol, tobacco, all that stuff, big pharma. So we need to get away from that and embrace more of what Congress was supposed to do, and then also get back to the state level law, which a lot of political candidates right now are very much in support of state law, right? Letting the states kind of run with it, and then eventually look at the U.S., right? We got half of it legal at the adult use level, and Florida could become the 25th. There's tons of other states coming online soon. Pennsylvania, New Hampshire was one of them, but that one kind of fell dead in the water. But it's just a matter of time, right? Also, Curaleaf to report second quarter 2024 financial and operational results, and that will be for the period ending June 30th, 2024, and that'll be after market close on August 7th, 2024. There'll also be a conference call at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Moving along, we have Tyson 2.0 expanding globally, and it expanded its footprint into Europe. We also have Maryland seeing more than $1.1 billion in MJ sales during legal market's first year. So again, this is going to be big business. These are going to be high cash flowing businesses, and this is going to stimulate the economy. It's going to create tons of tax revenue and tons of jobs. And not only that, it's going to help millions and millions of people through the therapeutic benefits as well. Also, Nebraska activists turn in signatures to put medical medicine of the future, legalization, on the ballot in November. So as you can see, every time you turn around, right, there's this state trying to get medical done, this state trying to get adult use done, right? And eventually we're going to come to a time where all the states are going to have some sort of legalization, whether it be medical or adult use or both. And, we're just going to get there inevitably, right? Regardless. So, we're definitely seeing the states ahead of the curve with regards to reform compared to the federal branch, the executive branch, and the feds, right? So we need to get them on board. This is just, it's ridiculous. It's gone on long enough. MJ's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And like I said, over half of the U.S. now, 38 states legal from a medical standpoint. It's crazy that it's taken this long. But again, it's only ever going to happen once. So change your mindset. Just be grateful that we're here. And 10, 20 years from now, we'll be laughing all the way to the bank, and we'll be super excited and glad and grateful that we stuck it out, right? Had that stick to it of this. Growing MJ outdoors can be 50 times less carbon emitting than indoor cultivation, new agricultural study finds. And I've been saying for a while now too that coupled with AI and artificial intelligence and different scientific breakthroughs as we see reform, rescheduling in the US and around the world, and full-blown legalization, we're going to see tons of studies and clinical trials and research done, and we're just going to continue to see breakthroughs after breakthrough. And in my opinion, we're only tip of the iceberg, right? I can't wait to see how AI is going to benefit innovation when it comes to, cultivation, when it comes to, prescribing different types of terpenes and things like that for pain medication, and, different body types. People react to different strains and compounds differently. So with the help of AI, I think it's going to be an exciting time ahead, and it's going to create exponential growth, in my opinion, once we get the reform to embrace research and clinical trials and studies, right? Also, new Florida poll shows that MJ legalization ballot measure is winning as campaign releases 2 new ads. So, like I said, I think this is a done deal. I'm not even really too concerned about it. I think we're definitely going to get approval of adult use, and that's going to send the market flying. It's going to be arguably the biggest market in the world, definitely in the U.S. in my opinion, but could be the biggest market in the world. And yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. I've been to Florida multiple times and can't wait to go whenever it's all said and done and full-blown adult use legalization occurs. Also, Arkansas activists submit signatures to put medical MJ expansion initiative on November ballot as game theory continues to play out and dominoes fall. Also, SNDL enters into a stalking horse purchase agreement for Indiva Limited's business and assets. So as I've been covering on this channel for a while now, this is something that I expected to happen. I didn't really have any doubt, and sure enough, as expected, SNDL is going to be acquiring Indiva's business and assets, and they're behind the No Future gummies. You've probably seen those at the dispensaries here in Canada. Kind of an ironic name, right? Indiva No Future gummies, but maybe SNDL rebrand those gummies to Future gummies. SNDL also acquires Delta 9 MJ debt, ascends to senior secured creditor status. So making big waves here. SNDL in the MJ space, and they've got tons of cash, and we'll see what else they muster up, but you know, we're seeing a lot of like companies buy distressed assets. And if you look at like a name like High Tide, they don't really believe in that. They're being very strategic. They're being very accretive and selective with regards to the companies that they acquire. I don't think, you know, it's necessarily a bad thing that you're buying distressed assets or anything like that, as long as you have the know-how and the wherewithal to turn the ship around, right? And if anybody can do it, I would say it's SNDL. But going to end it there, let me know what you think of this news. Make sure to check out BitGet in the description. I know a lot of people on the channel also follow crypto. So if you're looking for a way to get into crypto, it's a great way to dip your feet into it. So going to end it there, it's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you again on the next video.